What's up, aliens? It's Big Al. Welcome to another Dumb Sports Empire. I am joined by the always faithful, sexiest man alive, Chris Evans. Um, Fun fact, we are playing each other in WNBA fantasy this week. So, Chris, first question, what does my dick taste like?
You froze. I couldn't hear you. What's up?
God damn it, really?
No, I'm just fucking with you, you piece of shit.
I was like, the freaking top of the podcast. This shit's happening already.
It doesn't matter. Look, you're up by 9 points right now. You have more girls going tomorrow, but I have already told you what's going to happen. Your entire team is going to get their period. They're going to sit out because they need to rest. Asia Wilson is going to take you to fucking fucktown.
You can't load management me. We're 2 weeks into the season.
Oh, there's going to be some load management.
I think I have the most points scored in the league. Yeah, I do right now.
You do. I've got the second most right now. Well,
Oh no,
this
Dan's
week. Are you talking
21
about all like
54.
year?
Yeah, no, me and you are 1 and 2 right now.
Are you talking
No
about for the
one's
year?
for the year. Yeah, I'm at 2180 and Dan's at 2154. You're in.
Which I don't understand. I'm low, and I don't understand that because I feel like I've had really good weeks. Aside from like the first week, I didn't score as much, but I don't know. It just seems weird that I'm like that far behind you and Dan points wise.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong thing. So I'm at 2290. Dan's at 2247. You're at 2156. Oh, how's it
I'm in
2207?
I'm in fourth, and I'm like barely ahead of Willie. It's weird. I don't know. And then you got fucking Joey.
I was
Jesus.
gonna say, listen to this stat about Joey. So everyone, the lowest scorer right now, or the second to last lowest scorer is 2154, Willie. Joey's got 1848. He's 300 points fewer, and he has the most points scored against him by like 110. So not only is he the shittiest team, but everyone is scoring their most points against Joey.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
He's 0 for 3. Is he
That's
definitely
got to
0 for
be
4?
that's got to be worse than me last year when I only drafted based off of how attractive I thought the girls were.
Joey has an outside chance. Oh no, no, he doesn't. Never mind.
No, he doesn't
He's
because
not
they've
gonna
got
win.
the same amount of. He's got one. He's got a full slate tomorrow, but he's down 60 points.
Yeah, yeah. I thought Dan had fewer people, but no, Dan's definitely winning that. Yeah. We are in a heated battle. No one else is in 500 points, and me and you are 563 and 554. So these other
We should both get
nerds,
to over. We should both clear 600. Um,
yeah. Hmm.
and what I need is like I would genuinely need to beat you. I would need like two or three of your girls to just not play tomorrow because I've
Yeah.
got three three of my better players going tomorrow, but it doesn't matter if you've got five girls going and your best player.
Yeah. Arike Ogumbowale. I think Sabrina
Yeah,
played today. I don't think she's playing tomorrow.
Sabrina plays tomorrow too. I'm looking at it
Fuck
right
yeah.
now.
Fuck it. Cam Brink. She's good for 25. She just starts scoring a
Yeah.
little bit more. That cunt Durant Taurasi's on the bench. Stupid bitch. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the WX. I don't think we have addressed this outside of our group chat, which is the best group chat in human history. Um, so the big one came out that Caitlin Clark got fucking hip checked by this girl for no reason. Just the
Kennedy Carter.
Kennedy Carter, the
Who the
most
fuck
irrelevant,
spells it that way? Like,
the most irrelevant person in
and
human
she's so.
history.
Do you know anything else about that Kennedy Carter girl?
I saw it came out that she was fighting with
She's
teammates,
been
right?
she's been she she's been booted off of her two previous WNBA teams, both for either fighting with teammates or threatening violence. And now she's on Chicago with fucking thug ass Angel Reese and um, fucking hip checking. The only thing that is bringing attention to the WNBA.
Yeah, I've heard takes on this that the WNBA legit needs to step up and protect Caitlin Clark because they have the highest viewers of all time. They have private planes. They have stable. They're selling out the fucking Staples Center um, to
Mm-hmm.
accommodate her. They were playing at Long Beach fucking State, which is a D1 school, but it is not. It's probably a mid major, if not a low major.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
were they were
it's not
playing
a
at
big
Long
one.
Beach State. now they're selling out the fucking Staples Center because of Caitlin Clark. So ticket prices are
It's
up
nuts.
crazy. It's
And I really don't understand. Like, I can understand like wanting to compete, like her having a target on her back, like, when
mm,
she comes to town, that you want to compete, you want to play your best against her and like beat her. But I don't understand like the hate that she's getting because all these girls have bitched nonstop about we need, the same amount of pay. We need this, we need that. Well, now you're like finally starting to get that ball rolling where you're starting to get
mhm.
things happening and you're pissed off at the person that's doing it for you.
It's unbelievable.
It
It's
doesn't
these
make
freaking
sense.
some people can't be satisfied. And we started
No.
uh this fantasy league as a joke last year, and now we're kind of really into it. And then Caitlin Clark has probably been a gigantic reason why we're even more into it. But the money's
Hmm.
coming. They think like it doesn't directly affect them. They're like, oh, we're good too. We've been playing too. I think Angel Reese even said it's not about one person. It's
Angel
about a
Reese
league.
said it's not just one person. It's like I'm responsible for this too. And it's like that's like the biggest like pay attention to me fucking statement I've ever seen. Like
Hmm.
she's not playing well. She's not that good. She's just
Yeah.
big. She's really just big.
Hmm. Caitlin Clark put up
And she
30
posted,
points the other night.
yeah. And Angel Reese posted that like fucking thirst trap picture where everybody found out she's got cheeks. And that's why people pay attention to her more.
It's it's crazy because the money from these ticket sales, the money from TV deals, that goes to the players. They're thinking like, oh, it's freaking. I'm not making more money. It's just Caitlin Clark making all this money. It's like, no, your CBA when it runs out, you will reorganize and you'll say, okay, we made this much more. Now this higher percentage goes to the players, and that's what every league in human history has done. And they're doing an awful job about protecting their greatest asset right now. I heard the point made like if the
Mm-hmm.
NFL had an issue, Tom Brady tore his ACL, Peyton Manning's getting hit too much. What are they going to do? They're going to protect the quarterback because those are their cash cows.
Yep.
And obviously, people don't just watch football for the quarterbacks, but like you're not going to watch the Patriots without Tom Brady when they were in their height, right? Today, you probably wouldn't watch the Chiefs without Patrick Mahomes. I mean, it's you got to protect your star players. If you have cheap shots, fucking hip checks from behind, not even looking, like the shittiest freaking cuntiest thing anyone can do is just go up and behind and hip check someone and then make it look like it was a part of a play when the ball wasn't even inbounded yet was ridiculous. And they're not
Mm-hmm.
protecting her at all. I'm not saying like put security on the court for her or anything.
Well,
That's
and what's even more frustrating about like the WNBA not stepping up, like I can understand to a point you don't want to show favoritism towards someone, but her teammates didn't even defend her. And it's like,
yeah.
what is wrong with you guys? Like nobody came like if that's in the NBA, fucking somebody's teammate is coming right away and they're pushing that person that did that. They're getting right in their face and they're making a deal out of it. And like these women didn't even protect her. It's just like I don't know. I don't get it. Um, but there's two other things I wanted to touch on. Um, one, the I saw something today saying that like so that Chicago Sky team, it was all over about how this guy was shoving a camera in their face super aggressively and attacking them over the whole Caitlin Clark thing, asking Kennedy Carter if she had time to apologize or reach out to Caitlin or not, and they were making this huge deal like this dude like basically attacked them. And I saw today it came out that it was like the dude was like 10, 15 feet away just holding up a camera asking a question like in a normal voice. And it's like what are you guys doing? You guys are shooting yourselves in the foot, and you're finally getting to the point where you want to be, and you're doing shit like this. Like first off, getting not attacked but getting like provoked and riled up by media and fans and whatnot. That happens to big athletes in major sports. Like you have to be able to deal with that. You can't
Hmm.
just, cry about it anytime somebody asks you a question you don't like. Like
Hmm.
that's all that happened. And then the second one that I wanted to touch on today I saw is that they left Caitlin Clark off the Olympic team.
I saw
Their
that.
reasoning, their reasoning was because they weren't sure how Caitlin Clark's fans would react to her not getting playing time on such a loaded WNBA Olympic team. What the fuck kind of reason is that? They've got Brittany Griner on the Olympic team, the same person that came out and openly admitted that she hated the United States,
Hmm.
and the Merchant of Death is walking free because we had to get Brittany Griner's bitch ass back in the United States.
The best part of that whole story is that it's not that she got arrested for some little bullshit charge after hating America and going to some terrible country, getting imprisoned. It's the Merchant of Death shit is so funny. It's hilarious that you brought
Mm-hmm.
that up. No, it to leave her off the team. I mean, if we decided we were going to have football in the Olympics and it's going to be in April, so NFL players can play, and you're looking at your guys like, okay, we got, how about Russell Wilson? We'll send Russell Wilson. It's like, why aren't we sending Patrick Mahomes, dude? What the fuck? Go put 90 points on China. Like, fuck those guys. Why are you leaving out? She's putting up 30. She's hitting three. She's playing well right now. Like,
Yeah, and
Haley
she's getting
fucking Van
assists.
Lith
She's
made it.
playing defense.
Haley Van Lith made it. She's in
Yeah.
fucking college and she was terrible last year. She had to transfer out of LSU.
Yep. I
Like,
just I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's like the WNBA all around. It's like the young, like her rookie classmates. It's the veterans, the former players. It's like they're all finally getting what they've been crying and bitching about for so long, and now it's like they don't want it. They hate it. It's like,
mhm.
I mean, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, and I'll admit, so like watching Caitlin Clark more, she does kind of seem like a bitch, at least on the court. I don't know how she is off the court,
She
but on
talks
the
her
court, she
shit.
does seem like a bitch.
She talks her
She
shit,
does
but
seem
she
like a
backs it
bitch. So
up.
maybe, exactly. So maybe she's not super well liked, but it doesn't even matter if she's talking shit. Like with what she's bringing to the game, the attention, the money, everything, like you just got to fucking deal with
Yeah. You can't complain that you want
it.
attention, you want money, all this, and then people, like you said, they said they were putting cameras aggressively in their faces. Like, this is what you wanted. You guys wanted to be on ESPN. You wanted to freaking make a shit ton of money. You wanted all this exposure for the league, and just because it wasn't on your own terms, like now you don't want it.
Hmm.
It's crazy. They got to do a better job protecting her. They just gotta freaking nut up, take this shit. The league's gonna be in a horrible spot if this just keeps happening.
To be honest, and she'll never do it, but Caitlin Clark should just fucking leave and go to the big three, make her fucking bank, and just fucking completely fuck over the WNBA.
That'd be so funny. If Caitlin Clark fell off the face of this planet today, their ratings would plummet. Their ticket sales would go back to probably worse than before. It would not be great at all. And the whole Angel Reese thing. Um, are you frozen? Oh no, you're back. All right. The whole Angel Reese thing. She got she bailed on that press conference after she was talking all the shit. She deleted her tweet, right? And then
Mm-hmm. She got fined.
she got fined $1,000, which you think
Yeah.
about NFL players getting fined, they're like, oh, $100,000. You're like, well, he doesn't care about that. Like, no, and WNBA players make what normal humans make. Being fined $1,000 would fucking
Yeah.
suck, dude. From your work for
I
not
would.
showing up for
Yeah.
one thing,
I
that would freaking blow.
I saw I saw somebody commented on a Facebook post. It was about uh, um the hip check or whatever, and it was
Mhm.
like, "Are you there? Okay." You looked frozen for a second, but it was on the whole hip check thing, and some guy commented on it, and I said, "Bet you if you start finding these women $50 every time they do this, they'll stop." It was just like $50 fines. But
Even I'd be
but
pissed
no, you're
about 50
right.
bucks.
Like
I'd be
a
like, what the
thousand
fuck, man?
dollars to a WNBA player, that is a major fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
that's a
lot of money.
major fine for them. But it's like you're a rookie. Like if you're already causing problems like this where you're getting fined, I think she's leading the WNBA in technical fouls as well. It's like you're what are you doing?
Yeah, she got
She's
ejected the
like
other day.
female Draymond. She's like female Draymond Green, and I
that
fucking hated Draymond Green.
That's a fantastic comparison. I was thinking about who the female Draymond Green would be, and that nails it actually.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, the freaking fantasy is a lot of fun. More people should play WNBA fantasy.
It
Everyone should
is.
have it.
I think that if we were to add two more people, I think that would be the perfect amount. But it gets tough though because like where we're at now, like I saw that I was looking at the draft or whatever. I looked at your player, Arike. You got her with the eighth pick, and she's like one of the best players this year. But to
Hmm.
be honest, WNBA, there's only like three or four game changing players,
Yeah.
and so it's like if you don't have one of those top picks, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
It's like I've got Asia Wilson who's going to carry me. Willie's got Brianna Stewart who is carrying him for the
Hmm.
most part. You've got Enrique. I think Travis has somebody that's good. Dan's got somebody that's really good. But like Joey doesn't really have any star player. He had the last
Hmm.
pick because he didn't do his typing test in time or whatever. So it's just it's tough.
Hmm.
And this dude just got knocked the fuck out.
Are you watching the fights right now? I saw
Yeah, they're
Cannonier was
free.
fighting.
Yeah,
Talking.
Cannoneer is fighting Imavov. It's that's the main event. And they're on the main card now. It was an early card tonight for the free fights.
Oh, they're already on the main. Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're already on the second fight now.
Speaking of fights, this whole Conor McGregor thing's been weird. You kind of kept up on it.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I just they're so secretive about it. They haven't really said anything. Um, I don't know. I think we talked about it before. Maybe I talked about it with somebody else. Like Connor doesn't need to fight.
Hmm.
Like oh my God, I missed the knockout. I just watched it. It was fucking nasty. But oh my God.
I'll probably see it
Spinning
on
back
Twitter.
elbow.
Oh, it's
Spinning
spinning
back
back.
elbow.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But Connor doesn't need to fight. And like, at this point, he's so far past his prime. Like, I think that he would beat Chandler if he fought him, if he comes back and he's anything like what he used to be.
Hmm.
Because Chandler's just kind of like a wild, like hits a big shots. He throws a lot of power, but Connor's a sniper. But you know, he broke the fuck out of his leg. He's
Hmm.
getting older. He was juiced up to I mean it helps with your recovery, but he's clearly also juiced up to be looking good for Roadhouse and anything
Hmm.
else that he does. But he sold his company. He's got tons of money. He doesn't need to fight. So
Hmm.
it's like he's just fucking with the UFC at this point and all the fans that like really desperately want to see him come back. Um, I hope he fights, but I mean, I just don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, I saw a video. Michael Chandler was kind of going over the timeline of his events, and you're right. He doesn't need to fight. I think he sold Proper 12 for like $600 million or something crazy. And best case scenario to make on a fight in the UFC was at 300 when I think Holloway made 600,000 in bonuses, and then um, I'm sure they have a different deal with Connor about how many pay-per-views they sell and everything because he's brought in. I think I saw that he brought in like the seven highest UFC pay-per-views in history. And him and Khabib was number one, and then all the other fights, Diaz, all those were like all Connor's fights have been the best selling fights. But Chandler was talking about how he'd watched the Islam fight, the one that was last Saturday. He went to sleep and then he woke up like an hour later, and one of the UFC behind the scenes guys was calling him, was like, "Hey, this press conference, I don't think it's going to happen." And so then it just kind of fell apart from there. And then he sees the rumors on Monday after the fight that they've taken it off the website. They're not really advertising it anymore. So he, as the fighter who's going to be fighting in what 21 days, he has no fucking clue if he's even fighting or not. So it's weird. Connor doesn't
Yeah,
need to fight. He probably just like fuck it. I don't need this bullshit. I'll go live in my Lamborghini yacht that I have.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely frustrating because if Connor doesn't fight, this card is gonna be shit. Like it's not a bad card like every other fight, but the whole thing is built around Connor making his return. So we'll
I saw
see.
somewhere that
I
people
mean,
were spending like thousands of dollars on tickets. Like one guy, I think bought
oh,
three
I
thousand
bet.
dollars seats, and now he's just not
I bet.
fighting. Like
I bet. But they haven't announced that he's not fighting. They haven't announced anything. So
Yeah,
at this point, it's everything's up in the air. You got really no clue. But I mean, the Connor coming back is cool. But I think it's in August or September, they're doing a fight in the Sphere, and that is going to
yeah.
be fucking amazing.
hmm I can't wait for that shit. That's nuts. I've seen so many videos. I want to go. It's probably super
Yeah,
expensive.
Travis sent in our group chat that his
Yeah.
dad and or his dad, mom, sister, and sister's boyfriend were at the Sphere, probably baked out of their minds watching Dead and Company. But
Oh yeah.
I mean, it looks amazing.
What else we got? All right. So I wrote this down because I wanted to talk about
Dude,
it.
I'm sorry. You gotta find this knockout on TikTok or something.
It should be
Good
all over Twitter.
Lord. I wish that I would have saw it was happening right. They were replaying it again. I would have switched my camera over and showed you. It's I don't think I've
Oh,
ever seen an
saw it.
elbow hit that fucking perfect. And it didn't like put him out cold or anything, but he was
He
definitely
got up
like
and
out.
walked around. Ooh. Yeah, I got it right here.
Yeah, his eye is already like fucking destroyed.
The way he was walking around. Freaking.
Yeah. It looked like when Jordan Francis used to do heavy feet in the cafeteria at Malone.
We could have a full episode on Jordan Francis stories.
We could.
That guy was the best.
All right. Sorry to interrupt you though. What do you want to talk about? You said you wrote it down.
Um, this is going to be dangerous, but the 80th anniversary of D-Day was June 6th, so 2 days ago. So this is gonna this could be really bad. Um, the anniversary was 2 days
None of
ago.
them are listening to our podcast anyway.
They probably are, dude. I want them all to be listening to it. But I'm getting sick and tired. First of all, I love World War II history and D-Day and everything like that. So I was watching all kinds of videos on TikTok. My algorithm was all the old guys going back to Normandy and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. Good stuff. But one thing I did come across, the fucking arrogance of these people. They call themselves the greatest generation, all the guys that went off and fought in World War II. They call themselves the greatest generation. They're the Dallas Cowboys calling themselves America's team. They just labeled themselves the greatest generation because they went and fought in a war. They say that this one guy said that everyone was soft today and no one really goes through hardships. And he said because he didn't have electricity in his house when he was growing up, like people don't experience stuff like that. People experience way worse things than that. And what these people that went to Vietnam, those weren't the greatest generation. The freaking I have buddies that fought in Afghanistan and Iraq. Like I was one of my buddies, Javi, was in boot camp for the army when 9/11 happened, and they straight up pulled him out of boot camp. They're like, "Hey, this fucking they attacked New York. Like we're about to go to war." So to say that everyone's soft in today's world, I want that guy to fight Conor McGregor. I want him to fight Eddie Hall. I just you can't
So
label
I
yourself the greatest generation and just be like,
yeah, I think a
"What the
better
fuck, dude?"
comparison rather than the Dallas Cowboys is that they're like UCF claiming the national championship that year that they went undefeated. Because at least the Dallas Cowboys were good for a little while. Um, no, it's frustrating because, and I get it. Trust me. I say it all the time. Like how the world is so fucked nowadays because of some of the people that we have running around and getting popular and all the I don't want to say anything too offensive, but all the shit going on in the world today. Um, but the difference is that maybe they didn't have as much, but back then they had stuff like this too. It just wasn't, you didn't know about it because there wasn't social media for it to be spread around and flaunted in front of you. Like there were still people that were cross dressing. There were still plenty of gay people back then. There were plenty of people that were, liberal and soft, or Republican and soft, conservative and soft. Whatever you want to say. There was still plenty of people that were soft per se back then. It's just they weren't on your screen in front of you 24/7. You didn't see them all the time.
Mhm.
um I think I said it the other day because you sent me it was on TikTok where we first started talking about this. you sent me the video saying you wanted him to fight Conor McGregor. That's like 104-year-old dude or whatever. And I responded to you. I said, it is ridiculous. Like all these guys talk about how they were the baddest motherfuckers back in the day. And like, I'm not trying to take anything away from them. Back then, I'm sure that they were tough. But it's the same as like if you were to say like guys back in the 1920s and 1930s, NFL players were star athletes and the best athletes of their time. Like they wouldn't even fucking hold a candle to anyone. Like I don't even think they'd play low level arena league, most of them in today's NFL. It's you look at it, guys back then that were entering the army and the military and whatever, you know, they fought for our country and that's awesome. And, I'll always appreciate that and be respectful of that. But these guys were like on average, like 5'6", 150, 160 pounds. Like they're
Mhm.
tiny guys. Like, they put their lives on the line. They, fought, but they're not the badasses that they want to make themselves out to be just because we've got, a lot of the soft people that are being put on TV and put on TikTok and whatnot. That's what you're seeing. There's plenty of bad motherfuckers still in the world today. For every fucking purple haired um, hippie liberal that we have running around, we got people like David Goggins, people like Tim Kennedy. Those guys running around. Like we've got plenty of bad motherfuckers still around. It's just I don't know. It's the same thing with basketball. You talk to any basketball person that was born in like the 70s and grew up watching Michael Jordan, they'll never even entertain that LeBron is even potentially one of the best basketball players of all time. It's always nope, not as good as Jordan. Nope, he wouldn't even have survived back then. And it's like, would Jordan have survived in today's NBA? He'd have been undersized. I
Mhm.
don't know.
Yeah, I saw somewhere that people were estimating that all the pitchers that Babe Ruth on average saw were probably throwing like 70 to 73 miles an hour. And it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You can't compare the two. I mean, I've got some badass
Yep.
friends that went and fought, and to say that today's generation wouldn't do that, I think we've policed the world enough to where, I mean, if they fuck around, all those guys, a lot of those guys were drafted, not all of them, a lot of them volunteered, but I feel like they were social
Yeah.
outcasts if they didn't volunteer. So they felt obligated to go
Yep.
volunteer or they got drafted. Today, we've staffed up our military so much that we wouldn't need a draft. It would be like crazy drastic if we had a draft, but um, yeah, no, I just thought about it. I was like, they call themselves the greatest generation, the greatest generation. They do all this stuff, and it's like, now we're pretty badass too. Like I wouldn't count us out.
Mhm.
See other countries start fucking around and finding out, and the evil that was Hitler would never survive in the world today. The way he conquered Europe,
No.
that shit wouldn't happen. We would
Nope.
smash that so fast. Just because we've learned from history, obviously.
Yeah. Well,
But I
it's
don't know.
it's
It's
like
something I wanted to
anything.
talk about.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was saying this is just something I wanted to
I
talk
was
about.
I was
We're
just gonna
pretty
say one
badass
more
too.
thing. I was gonna say no matter what, as more time passes, every generation should be most likely better than the older generations. Like people get bigger, stronger, faster. People
Hmm.
get smarter because more technology comes along and different things come along and you learn more about things that we thought we previously knew about. No, I mean no matter what, it's everything changes, life changes. People are going to surpass other people, and I think that to just sit back there and call yourself the greatest generation and like I don't know, it's a joke.
Yep. 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 Um, do you watch college softball at all? We're both softball guys, old man softball. Do you watch any
Yeah, I
women's
play
college
slow
World
pitch. I
Series?
don't I don't really watch. I see highlights and shit on Twitter.
Mhm.
I mean not Twitter, on TikTok, but no, I don't really watch it or go out of my way to watch it.
Do you
It's just weird
watch?
to me. Like the bases are so fucking close.
Yeah,
It's insane to watch.
I think it's one of my favorite parts about it. That and then those girls fucking Rick. They hit some bombs. I love watching that. But Oklahoma won its fourth consecutive national championship the other day. Oklahoma softball. It got me wondering, like, how bad is that for the sport? And we can kind of talk about who else has been on a run like that. The Celtics, I think they won 8 championships in 10
Patriots.
years. The Patriots, um, but even the Patriots were kind of broken up a little bit. 4 straight years. I think there's a NASCAR
Yeah.
driver, Jimmy Johnson won 7 straight championships. Lewis
UConn
Hamilton
women's
won 7.
basketball.
Yeah, they went on a fucking tear. But how?
Mount Union. I mean, much smaller, but Mount
Yeah,
Union here in Ohio, Division 3. They had like, I think at one point they won like 120 or some odd games in a row.
Jesus Christ! In college, it's insane.
Yeah, or
There's
it
a
was
high school
right. It was
team
right
in
around 100.
there's a high school team in Northern California that they were known for like their streak. They won 151 straight games. I think in that time they had won 4 or 5 national titles, and of course, like 10 straight California state titles or whatever that number comes out to. But they had like Maurice Jones-Drew on those teams. They had Mercedes Lewis on those teams. They're freaking nuts. They were a Catholic school in Northern California that's pretty much recruited every star athlete out of Northern California in the Bay Area, everywhere. It was freaking crazy. Yeah, no, do you think it's bad that a team goes and wins? Like the NFL would suck if the Chiefs won 2 more and freaking four-peated.
I don't. I don't think so. I don't think it's that bad. Like, yeah, kind of like, but if you don't root for that team, then obviously you're gonna hate that team. Like the Patriots. Like I hate the Patriots still to this day because of how successful they were in the early 2000s. Um, I think that it gives you a reason to root against them. They're like the villain now, but I don't think it ruins it because I think eventually everything catches up, you know? Like UConn women's basketball looked like they were never going to stop, being the most dominant team of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not that good. They're like good, but they're not even close to what they were.
Yeah, now it's South
Um,
Carolina.
yeah, and I mean like everything eventually changes, like for the longest time like Clemson was not good at all at football.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had like a run of like 5 years or so where they were really fucking good. Um, I think that, obviously they're going to continue to keep getting recruits just like the same way like Bama does and Ohio State does and whatnot, because they are a good program and people want to win. Um, but I think also they're going to lose recruits because there's going to be people that don't want to go and sit on the bench or they want to dethrone that team. And I think that's what sports needs. It needs like a villain like that because it inspires other people to want to take them down. So that's my thought process on it. Like I don't think it's a horrible thing. Like if they were to be so dominant to the point where they won like 10 in a row, then it'd be like, okay, like something needs to change.
Mm-hmm.
But four in a row, they're teetering on getting to that point where it's like, what the fuck is going on? But hopefully something changes. Hopefully people decide that, they want to beat that team rather than join them, not pull a KD and just go over to the best team available.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I like it. It's cool to see a team that's dominant, and then it's even cooler when it's not your team and you get to see them get taken down.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool, man. That's all I had. How's life? I went golfing today. Shot an 89, new personal best.
You said that. That's fucking awesome. I think I haven't broken 90 yet. I think the best is I've hit 90 twice. Um, but every year I tell myself that I'm going to start golfing more,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't happen. Like last year, I just didn't go that much. I think I only went like 2 or 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
and then this year I was going to start golfing more, and then I got back into playing softball, and I play softball a lot again now. Um, but I went golfing yesterday evening with my buddy Sean, and we just played nine, and I shot a 52. So, not horrible. I mean, that's about on pace for me, a little bit less than what I used to be at,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't be mad at that. I mean, I haven't golfed at all this year, and I only golfed like 2 or 3 times last year, so I'll take it.
Mm-hmm. It's totally different out
We'll
there
have to,
because you can't do it all year.
yeah, exactly, yeah, but we should try to like organize some kind of golf trip with the group chat. I feel like that'd be a really fun thing to
That'd
do.
be so sick.
Like try to meet somewhere like halfway, get like an Airbnb or something. But
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I feel like that'd be really cool. But yeah, like you said, like can't golf here year round, so it gets tough. But we've got a lot of there's a lot of places nearby that have like simulators and whatnot that you can go to. Like, I mean,
Hmm.
there's a few up in Cleveland. There's some down in Canton. Obviously, Top Golf. You can golf there. Heated Bays. So
Oh,
there's a
that's
lot of
cool.
places you can still continue to golf.
I want to golf in the snow. Be sick.
It is kind of cool. It's still cold because like it's wide open, but you have
Hmm.
heaters right over top of you. Um, so like you just wear like normal like pants and a hoodie or whatever, and you're fine for the most part.
Hell yeah, it's freaking sick. Cool, man. Thanks for hopping on. We got to bullshit for a little bit. What are you gonna do? You gonna finish
Yeah.
these fights?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish watching the fights and then probably pop a melatonin so I can go to bed early. I took a nap after working for Cookie Hitler, so I'm gonna have to try to get to bed on time. So I want to wake
Cookie
up. I think
Hitler.
I might go to Costco. Might go to Costco tomorrow. Really
Hell
have a
yeah.
wild Sunday.
Get those takeout wings that we make. They're delish.
You're at Costco.
I don't know if we go that far north. We have a plant in Louisiana, so I think they cover most of the East Coast. But yeah, no, that's where we sell most of
I'll
our stuff.
look
Is
because I'm
Costco.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure when I sent you the picture of Foster Farms stuff when we were getting ready to go to Cincinnati, and I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure that was at Costco. So
Hell yeah.
I'll look tomorrow. I don't know which one I'm going to go to. I don't know if I'm going to go to the one further up towards Cleveland or the one down in Canton. But I'll let you know if I see them. I'll get some.
I love Costco. I want to go blow a big load at Costco, but I don't need anything. So
I
cool,
really
man.
don't need that much either.
Thanks for hopping on. I love you, buddy. Cookie Hitler.
No
This is one
problem.
of
Love
my
you too,
favorite
buddy.
things you've ever said is calling Travis Cookie Hitler. Fucking go buy Fat T's cookies, support the man,
That's
and
right.
go. He likes watching movies. I downloaded that letterbox thing to see if I could find him, but it's too confusing. So I'm just
I
gonna
gotta
make him
go
send
help
it
him
to
out.
me.
I gotta. Well, I took the fire stick when I moved when we moved out, and so he doesn't have access to all the movies like what he used to. So I got to go help him out, get the other one jailbroken, and get him on the account so he can get back to watching movies, giving the people what they want.
Hell yeah. Give the people what they want. All right. Thanks, buddy. Don't take it too hard tomorrow. I'm just
All
gonna
right, love
tap
you,
that
buddy.
ass.
Have a good
Tap
one.
that ass all Sunday.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
All right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's gonna be insane if fucking Asia Wilson puts up 100 points and I ended up winning tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd probably kill myself.
You'll
So
never hear the end of it. Good,
no, yeah, because
good.
I've been talking a lot of shit, so I need to not lose tomorrow. And I
All
need to
right, man. Fuck
fuck
Iowa.
Hal's face. Fuck Iowa. Love you, buddy.
All right, love you. Bye.